Tom Brady, what show was he on? Was he on? Oh,
our boy, Brock Huard.
Brock Huard. Yeah. Brock and Salk in the Pacific Northwest having Tom Brady on, and Tom had this to say when asked about it.
I don't understand it. I mean, I was with them every day. If he's not a first-ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first-ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it. And he's incredible. There's no coach I'd ever want to play. I'd rather play for. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said. There's nothing outside of that. You know, again, when it comes down to votes and, you know, popularity and all that, like, you know, then welcome to the world of voting, and you may as well go, you know, try out for the Oscars or whatever and, you know, get a big panel to tell you if you're good or not.
I mean, goes without saying. And the thing that I don't understand is just make sure he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Is that what was talked about in that voting room? Like, that's the punishment that nobody thought necessary or coming. Honestly, if Belichick was on that stage next Thursday night as a member of the 2026 Canton class, would there be anybody out there saying, this guy doesn't deserve it? Honestly.
Yeah, 11 people.
Maybe. Maybe, but I just wish it was 9, not 11, because then we wouldn't be hearing anything over there grinding axe. You know what I mean? It's just silly at best. And just one last thing, too. I understand there are some Hall of Fame voters that are part of this group of 50. And I just wish they had been on the set of the NFL 100 show that I was so honored to have hosted in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, in the studio at the home of NFL Films with Chris Collinsworth, who's calling the Super Bowl with Tirico and a couple of Sundays. And one after another, the Hall of Famers who are part of the 100 team, the 100th anniversary team, one by one, and every GOAT that was going to be in the Hall of Fame went to Belichick first. And not a single one of them turned their back to him saying, this guy is going to just sully our room when he joins us. Not one of them. This is him with Ray Lewis. And there were some Ravens-Patriots battles.
Oh, was there ever?
Right? Ray was just talking his ear off, and he was talking Ray's ear off. The Ed Reed and Bill, they were like BFFs.
Yeah, Bill wanted to coach.
Okay, and if you're thinking the Spygate, the Flategate stuff, all that stuff was happening when Ed was trying to win. He wasn't sitting there for a single second thinking anything but, I can't get enough of this guy. And as a matter of fact, Bill had a segment during each of these shows where we turned to him for the black and white film era players that were in the NFL 100. You know, the long since past, and somebody needed to give voice as to why these people from generations before deserved to be in the Hall. And Bill had film sessions, and there was only one guy who came through, and there were some greats, man. There were some greats that came through. There's only one who came through who Bill's like, I want you to join me in these film sessions and talk about it because I'm just going to use you as an example, was Ed Reed. It was Ed Reed. And in terms of Bill's respect for the Hall, this was, I think, the first time there were multiple, like dozens of busts loaned out from the bust room elsewhere. And we had busts, actual Hall of Fame busts on the set. And I took this picture. Bill didn't know I was snapping it.
It's a great shot.
He's walking up there. He spent damn near 10 minutes by himself looking at all of these busts. And And he was into it, man. He knew the history. He respected the history. He loved the history. And it's just crazy that the people whose job it is to put more busts in the room looked and saw this guy, and all they thought was someone to punish rather than someone to enshrine. I still just can't wrap my head around it.
I remember you also would tell us about, like, Bill would almost ask you if he could, like, jump ahead of you and ask questions to people.
Oh, yeah.
He was so, like, hyped, and he was so happy and curious and wanted to know. And
yeah, and
you
then
just made it seem like when you were just like how he was like a little kid almost.
Right, and obviously he's got a reputation of being gruff and keeping people at arm's length and not being a fun guy. And this doesn't matter. I mean, it's Hall of Fame credentials speak for itself. But I'll never forget where he did say at one point, "Can I ask the first question of Mean Joe Green?"
That's what it was. Yeah.
Coming out of a commercial break,
and you told him no.
He's right. No, I'm like, the floor is yours, man. And all I kept thinking to myself is, what's he going to ask about what Chuck Knowles said, or this moment about, rushing this quarterback, or what scheme, or what's offensive line did he have to face? And the only thing he asked Mean Joe Green, like, here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're back. And Mean Joe Green is here, along with some of the other greats that we had on the set for the defensive line and front seven group. And Bill asked Mean Joe Green this question. So on the set of that, Coke commercial, how many takes did you have? Like, how many sodas were you drinking that day? And I thought to myself, holy crap, that's what the modern day Lombardi is asking his guy. It was great. It was unbelievable. And then just his being around everybody. I mean, obviously Lawrence Taylor and on the set with Bill was something I will never forget. And he would just tell stories about LT and LT's respect for him and love for him, even though, he was kind of a hard ass on LT for a while, to the point where he reached out to Parcells and he's like, he told this story on that set. And it's one of my favorite moments in the NFL 100 where he told Bill Parcells, LT, I have a problem here because LT's late for meetings. What do I do? And Parcells told Belichick, what are you doing starting the meeting without him? Wait for him.
Great.
And again, this is not the reason why he's a Hall of Famer or should be. I'm just giving you points about the touch points for this man alone. Come on.
It's so hilarious that Bill Belichick, a guy so divisive, everyone feels a certain way about him. He has been a uniter of everybody coming together on this topic. It's really interesting.
Except for 11 people, apparently. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.